fatal lie takes place in Wales. I've never been to Wales. I feel I have been to Wales now after reading A Fatal Lie. Why didn't you? What inspired you to set this book in Wales?
In the 1800s, industry needed new markets, and the state of the roads was such that getting goods from A to B was awfully hard. So they had river traffic, but then they thought of the idea that had been used once before of digging canals between the rivers so that you could go from A through the canals to River B without having to porter your barge or your goods or carry them on your back between rivers. And this was a huge part of getting goods all over the country, out of the Northwest, out of the Northeast, the coal over in Yorkshire and that area, and the slate and the goods out of Wales, because you have to remember, they used slate for a lot of things, including roofs. And so this was a big change. The problem in the Telford Aqueduct was that it had to span this huge gap from one headland to the other.
If you notice on the jacket,
there it is. Now,
that is the actual Telford Aqueduct as it rises above the River Dee, and we actually rowed a narrowboat across that aqueduct, and it's 120 some feet above the river, and tell you, it's quite dizzying from the top.